All right. Okay. Free Puff. Free Puff. Okay, he got to be trolling. It says top fan. Wait, what is top fan? What does that mean? Is that like this new thing on here? This fan system or whatever you want to call it. Like, what does this mean? Is this just like the people that message in this chat? Because Mandito being number 2 makes no sense to me, because like he messages all the time. What does this mean? Wait, can I get out of this? There we go. Leaderboard? Wait, what? You said wet banana is wrong. What did I say? Did I say win bananas? Gosh, I suck. Did I really say win bananas? The order in which you messaged? Ah, that's all that is? Okay. Yeah, Freja and friends, they gotta be trolling. Free Puff is crazy. Throw him behind the cell. Hey, can someone tell me what's going on? Dude, I really got to see weapons. Okay, this is so wholesome. Look at this, y'all. Look at it. Look at the 2 little kitties. They're watching Tom and Jerry. And they're cuddled. Look. Look at the 2 kitties. Isn't that sweet? Oh, look. That's so cute. That's so cute. I'm sorry, what were we talking about? Weapons was good. Don't tell me anything. Yeah, I'm gonna go see it. Ugh, gosh, I don't know when. Oh, I know I was gonna ask. Can someone tell me what's going on with the city of San Antonio? They're like holding off on doing the project. I think the worries that San Antonio might lose their team, I think that they got a little bit more real, honestly. Like, it's deserved at that point. If they don't do that project, like, it's deserved. Like, that's crazy. I literally cried thinking about Wimby today. What? Like, tears of joy, or? Don't want to start with Wimby. Harper, a streamer? I saw that. I will forever glaze his beautiful behind. Okay. Why my chat so weird? Why y'all so weird? Alright, give me a second. Where is it? There it is. There's a post I was looking for that was just funny, bro. All right. Okay, so guys, we already talked about Fox getting that deal, which is a good thing. When is Jeremy Sohan going to play for Poland? I thought he was. Did he not do that? He made collard greens for the first time tonight. What a pain. Collard greens making good collard greens is hard, bro. It's definitely hard. Okay, so chat a tat tat. Chat a tat tat. We got some Wembanyama news, and I know you guys saw it. Okay, it was going all over the internet. People are losing their minds, and I wanted to talk about this. So you already know that Wembanyama has been on some strange arcs this season. Okay, he's an anime character. All right, there's new character arcs every season. He's went through all of them. Okay, and most recently, we know about him becoming a monk. Okay, going out of his way to straight up become a monk. But there is more going on. So let me show you something that I thought was pretty cool. So Kevin Garnett posted something in which he is training Wembanyama. Now, a lot of Spurs fans had mixed reactions to this. Okay, I'll give you my take, but it was some mixed reactions. I saw some Spurs fans saying, "Oh my goodness, it's over. We're about to destroy the league." And I saw some people saying, "Well, Kevin Garnett, he is a fake tough guy. He would never beat. He can never beat Tim Duncan." You know, I won't say he's a fake tough guy. Okay, Kevin Garnett played with a lot of passion. It's just, you can't compare him to Tim Duncan, okay? And I know that a lot of Spurs fans still kind of have that irritation, because at some point people genuinely were saying, who's better, Kevin Durant or Tim Duncan, right? And we were all just like, that's preposterous, right? That's ridiculous. And they're kind of doing the same thing with Wemby and Chet, or at least they tried to do the same thing with Wemby and Chet, and we all were like, that is ridiculous, right? But I think some Spurs fans need to let it go just a little bit. Was Kevin Garnett as good as Tim Duncan? No. But also, he's not like Shaq, in which he disrespects Duncan every chance he gets. That might be a little hyperbolic, but Shaq does not give Duncan the appropriate amount of credit, right? He definitely slings out way more hate towards other big men than praise for those that were better than him. I think Tim Duncan was better than Shaq. But with that being said, this should be no surprise to anyone that Kevin Garnett is training Wembanyama. No shocker at all. So I don't know if you guys remember. Let me see if I can find it, because I actually didn't have it up right off the bat, but it just came to my mind. Do you guys remember Kevin Garnett talking about Wemby? We went over it. I remember us going over it. He was losing his everlasting mind. Let's see if we can find it. Is it this one?
I look at Wemby and I'm like, man, do he even know where he can? Like, can you imagine if he invested in like a Hakeem Olajuwon tape, or if he actually went and seeked out Timmy Duncan and actually got some of that knowledge? It's scary about his potential. I look at
okay,
Wemby
this
and
actually
I'm like,
isn't it? I'd never seen that. I never seen that one. Okay, we got quite a few here.
He went with the monks. He did what you do when you're amongst the monks. Got a bald head. He went bald head.
Oh, he's serious, huh? That's serious. He coming with it. He like, all right, I'm off this little pretty boy shit. I'm on this.
When you see that,
What?
what's that saying to you?
Hey, I mean, he locked in. I like that. He off the curls, all that light skin shit. He like, I'm locked in.
What?
Darker.
Man, he bald headed though. That bald head is different.
But that bald head,
when you go from the pretty hair to the bald head, you like, I don't care about all this. Bald
I
head.
get the sentiment with like the left skin or light skin stuff, but man, we got to stop the colorism, y'all. Brothers, we gotta stop. We gotta stop with that.
Yeah. I don't care what y'all thinking out here. He might swing on you. That's what he might. That's what it looked like. He on, boy.
They gave you demon? They gave you demon mode? That looked like some demon?
That did. That looked like I'm locked in. Cause you know, light-skinned cats don't like cutting their hair like that. They don't.
I don't know. Tell us.
They don't. I don't know. I'm just based off the cats I know. They don't like cutting that little pretty boy hair. He cut it off like.
Oh yeah, that little juicy fruit.
Yeah. They don't like cutting that.
That's not even true. Facts? What do you mean facts? That's not even true. Steph Curry? Ball head? Yeah. Ball head does mean you're locked in. Manu Ginobili would tell you that. That's so silly. Manu Ginobili was like, when he had his long hair, he was in his prime. So
They don't even like you touching it. You like, damn, like, let me ready to scrap over that. Like,
who is he talking about?
That's why Matt Barnes used to fight all the time.
yeah, Matt, you can't touch Matt here, boy. You ready to scrap.
He didn't even have that much hair. What are we talking about? Okay, this is silly. All right, why can't I find this clip? I promise you guys, it was a clip in which he was talking about
7'6" Frenchman in the goddamn league.
Okay, that's
wimpy American.
okay.
Okay. You wimpy American.
All right, okay. I was gonna show this one because this is funny. This is very funny.
Think you're so tough? I can stand on these rusty nails all day, KG. Bwah! Oh, you think you hard, Wemby? How's this? I can't be phased. I've been training with Shaolin monks. Oh yeah? Well, tell me if the monks trained you for this. Say did. Okay, so physical pain doesn't work on you. Well, let's see if you're ready for emotional pain. Emotions are for women. So you don't feel any emotions watching the butt ram your sister? She probably didn't even get off, you wimpy American. Bwah! He's ready. You wimp.
Come on, man. Emotions are for women. Blah. That's so stupid. Oh God. Okay, I love it. It's like I love riot comedy, bro. It's like South Park humor. I swear to God. Okay, you said it was the first one. I don't think it was the first one.
Hey, young fella, if you hear the big dog out here, you feel me? If you hear your Uncle Ticket out here, spend a summer in L.A., bro.
This is it. This is the clip I was looking for. This is the exact clip I was looking for.
Go up to UCLA. Because you know what's up there? Everything you're looking for. Go up to UCLA and play against that caliber shit for a whole week and see how you come out of there. It ain't no referees in there. It ain't no mom in there. It ain't no dads. Feel me? It's you and them other players in there that's hungry and starving. And that's when you get to play against them Pat Bevs and the motherfuckers that you ain't never heard of. And who is this guy right here? Or you see that old nigga in the corner over there.
Yeah. Okay, right out. I already reacted to this before, but guys, I don't buy into this at all. This is when you get to go against the Pat Bevs. Yeah, these guys are hungry, but like Wembanyama is 7'8". Like I don't know. And he's a monster. Like they're not gonna do anything. No refs? Okay. Good luck.
Getting J's up, and you're like, oh, Paul running? Yeah, you need to go in there like that. Because the next level, to me, for Wemby, is presence. Flashing, calling forward. Yeah, motherfucker, yeah! Not giving a shit, slobbing at the mouth, becoming a demon. Yeah, man, you know what I'm talking about? Because when you go to that next level...
I think Paul Pierce was asleep. I think Paul Pierce was asleep until KG woke him up with all that yelling.
You become a demon. And nothing else to explain that. You are a complete demon. You dominating everything. You grilling niggas.
He get on the Greek
He gonna get
Freak
that.
strength program. Remember how Greek Freak was like that too?
That's what I'm
Skinny
trying
like
to tell
that?
y'all. Man, y'all just not training with Kobe, myself, some niggas that was real animals and got that instilled in him, bro. That's what I'm saying. For women to go like this,
Right.
bro, you gotta have to stay in America. You got to put your feet in the ground, dog. You got to lock in. I get it. International ball may be growing. But if you want that swag, you want that heart and soul, bro, you gotta stay on soil. Hey, young fella, if you hear the big dog
All right, so my overall thoughts about this. So KG, obviously, he wants to instill some confidence in Wemby. I don't think that there's anything that KG can teach Wemby that Wemby either don't already know or, I mean, as far as skill-wise, right? I don't think there's a new part of his game that KG can bring that's going to make him significantly better. I do understand where KG's coming from, though, right? I think having that bit of nasty, which Wemby has already shown he has, but it's fine. It's fine. I understand. Like, he's a sponge. He wants to learn from as many people as humanly possible. KG is someone that played with a insane amount of energy just about every single game. So I completely... Oh, God. I'm about to die. Oh, woo! I completely understand where he's coming from. And I can't even say I really like disagree, but I don't want it to be performative, right? Like when he's saying like slobbering from the mouth, just not caring. He's not that type of player, right? He's going to be somebody that's going to be a little bit more reserved, and the emotions are going to show out, you know, when they show. Now, I've already seen quite a few glimpses of what KG is talking about, though, where you just don't care and you like, I want all eyes on me. I'm the best person on the court. And some of the games that kind of stand out to me just right off the bat is the Rookie of the Year game against Chet, right? Like he was like, you guys think this guy's like on the same caliber? He just went at him every single play. That was nasty. Okay. That was absolutely nasty. Or I think about when he went against Giannis, right? And he did not back down whatsoever. So we've seen it. We've seen this like nasty side of Wemby plenty of times. Him getting to the gold game in the Olympics, he showed a lot of that nasty on that tournament to get there. So I think at the end of the day, I'm just happy that he's being a sponge. And I think a lot of people are running with this and saying, oh, now we're about to see a whole new Wemby now. I don't necessarily think that's the case. Wemby is nasty. Wemby already has that Kobe in him. But, you know, KG is just basically saying, hey, you got to just bring a little bit of that American swag to that court. And I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that. It is what it is. And you can learn something from everybody. So it's not a matter of me like throwing KG to the side and saying you can't learn any. I'm sure there's something he can learn, but skill wise, as far as like things that he can add to his game, I don't know if KG is going to be able to add much of that. But that amount of confidence or that little bit of swagger or maybe like certain ways to get inside guys' heads, that might be something that he could teach them, right? I mean, we know that one thing that Wemby isn't that great at is, you know, talking to refs. That would be an example. I mean, I don't even remember how KG was with talking to refs. But Wemby's not that great. Like he even mentioned, like, I don't play politics. I don't want to have to play politics. Well, you have to, right? You have to. So hopefully that's something he learned from Chris Paul. But, you know, maybe it's some other things that he can learn as far as how to get inside, you know, other players' heads and stuff like that and bring that swagger to the court. That might be pretty cool. And also, I want to end on this because you guys know I'm too close. I am a crazy Dragon Ball fan. So big shout out to J. Kim for illustrating this. Pretty dope. I saw some people say like Wembanyama went from training with Krillin to training with because he was with the monks to training with Piccolo. So yeah, I love it. I do love it. It's cute. But yeah, anyways, don't know when we'll post this video, but let me know what you think in the comments, I guess. But I'm happy with it. I just don't think it's Wemby is on a trajectory to be one of the greatest players of all time, and I don't think that this expedited the process. I'll just say that, but it's good nonetheless. Okay. That block on Chet is going to haunt him for his entire career. Well, it's going to be way more opportunities than just that. Okay. All right. I love stuff like this, okay? I love stuff like this. Makes my job so much easier. So, big shout out, huge shout out. Go follow him. Castle Muse. Castle Muse posted a deep dive into Steph Castle's rookie year shooting. So, as you guys know, I brought this up many a times, and this wasn't a way of like discrediting Steph Castle or anything. I think Steph Castle's a phenomenal player. I think it's kind of crazy because when I mentioned this, is actually to praise him. Like, it shows how good he is when I bring this up. But I always bring up how his shooting was one of the worst in the NBA, right? Absolute worst in the NBA. I think at one point he was 1. I don't know if by the end of it he still was 1. I have no idea. But he was like at the top of the list of one of the worst shooters. And I think Keldon Johnson was like 6. And what was kind of sad about that list was it was a bunch of super young guys, and then you just saw Keldon in there. But Steph Castle, not a great shooter. But the reason why I say that I actually praise him is because despite his shooting being so bad, you cannot tell because his pace is good. He takes very smart shots. I mean, he could shoot 20% from 3, but you didn't notice, right? Because he's so creative to getting to the rim. He's making right reads. Like, he's great defense. So it's so many other parts of his game that's also important rather than just his outside shooting. But I'm sure that when we get to look at this deep dive, we're going to see some pretty horrific shooting from outside, but maybe some top tier shooting from the end. So let's see here. So first and foremost, he shows the tip of the iceberg. So 42.8% field goal percentage, 28.5% three-point percentage, 72.4% free throw percentage. Stats anyone can grab from ESPN, but what do you think it actually means? So now he's about to break it down. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. People always just say, hey, here's the box score, which is fine. It's fine to look at it, to some extent, but it's good to look at it a little deeper. So, all right, obviously we can't play that because copyright, but he says at the rim, 9.4 drives per game. First amongst rookies. Yeah, I could have assumed that. 61.1% driving field goal percentage. 62.7 rim field goal. That's pretty impressive. More efficient at the rim than James Harden, Donovan Mitchell, Cade Cunningham, and Ja Morant. Huh. I think the Ja Morant one is probably the most shocking out of his list. No, maybe Donovan Mitchell is the most shocking out of his list. Nice. All right. Mid-range struggles. So that's that outside shooting. Castle only attempted 1.2 mid-range shot. Wow. Okay. During the season, despite struggling, he showed promise generating separation in the elbows and wings. 33.7 mid-range field goal percentage. 36.9 field goal percentage from 8 to 16 feet. Okay. Castle from 3. Steph's worst spot in last year, 3-point range. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. He was very inefficient from deep. I think he was the worst. At one point, he was the worst in the NBA. But, who knows? 28.5 3-point field goal percentage, 31.2 left corner 3-point percentage, 35.3 right corner 3-point percentage, 28 top key 3-point percentage. Okay. Guess he's hitting the corners at least in the 30s, so there's that. All right. The bright spots. Here we go. Steph Castle caught onto his jumper. Oh my goodness, I sound like Ice Cube in War of the Worlds. Jumper towards the middle of the year, putting together some electric shooting stretches. 40% 3-point percentage on 4 3-point attempts. 3 months of 30 plus 3-point percentage, November, February, March. 56.3 true shooting percentage in April. Nice. Let's see. Comparing rookies. All right. His field goal and 3-point numbers may look bad to the untrained eye, but NBA fans must realize that rookie guards historically struggle to put up efficient numbers. Better field goal percentages as rookie. Oh, I really like this. I really like that he brought this up. You contextualize. Really? I wasn't aware. Better field goal percentage than De'Aaron Fox, Luka Doncic, Anthony Edwards, Cade Cunningham, and James Harden. Now, to be fair though, I think, at least from my recollection, from what I remember, I don't think there was any worries that Luka Doncic would end up being pretty good with his form and everything. There was always a little bit of sketchiness with Fox. People were kind of worried about that. But yeah, so that's cool though. Okay, we can let that play. That's not going to be copyrighted. Future shooting jumps. Steph Castle has been closely training with world-renowned NBA trainer, the guard Whisperer, who's known for improving jump shot effectiveness. Yeah, he's I think Carter Bryant's been there too. He's also been credited for improving Evan Mobley's jump shot, which took a jump from 21.6% to 37% three-point percentage. Now, we've watched a lot of these clips, okay? And they're going to put out, when they put out these clips, they're going to put out the best of the clips, right? And Steph Castle was missing a lot of outside shots. But with that being said, doesn't mean anything, right? It's just practice. It's fine. And a lot of those videos that we watched, it wasn't even focused in on shooting. Like, that wasn't the point of it. Anyways. Now, he shot at the end of the drill, but that wasn't the point of the drill. Anyways, in the thread, to everyone who got this far, thank you. If you enjoy this type of content and are interested in everything Steph Castle, follow me. Please follow. Let me make sure I'm following. Oh, my God, I'm a hypocrite. There we go. All right. I'm a hypocrite. Yeah, make sure you guys follow Castle Muse. That was really good. That was really great. And it's always nice to put things in perspective. So while Steph Castle, to me, isn't the best shooter to me. It's just reality. He's not the best shooter in the world. He brings so many different things till I think it's really nice that Spurs fans are able to recognize that Castle brings, defense. He brings rim pressure. He's a smart player. He's patient. He plays at his own pace. He's a very good basketball player. And it's nice that people can recognize that and not immediately. I'm shocked. Not immediately point to he can't shoot, right? Like that's the argument for every player that ever existed. They can't shoot. But it's nice that Castle isn't getting that. Maybe it's because he's a rookie, possibly because he's a rookie and he got Rookie of the Year that people are gonna, give him that leeway. But he needs to improve. But at the same time, I always found it ridiculous to judge a player just by one aspect of the game, right? The only reason why I always go at Keldon Johnson is because, yes, he's a bad shooter, but there's nothing I can really lean on to say, oh, well, he can do this thing, right? Not really. Not really. He can get to the rim, but I don't think the Spurs really need that right now. And defensively, he's horrible, so... yeah. Kind of like Draymond, everything but shooting. Well, he's definitely different than Draymond. I would say Steph Castle is more talented at he's more talented at creating for himself than Draymond is, in my opinion. But I don't know. All right. What else we got here, y'all? We're zooming through. I'm not playing around. All right. Okay, so this bro wants to go to bed. Dude, it's like, well, I mean, it's only 11 o'clock. We've done worse. We've done worse. You guys remember when I was on to like 5 a.m.? We've done worse. All right, so I usually don't bring this up. Okay, I usually don't bring this up, and I'll be completely transparent in saying that I haven't kept up with this as well as I should. I'm very transparent with you guys. I'm not from San Antonio. A lot of people ask, like, or they assume that I'm from San Antonio. I'm not from San Antonio. I've been to San Antonio plenty of times. I really like San Antonio. But yeah, I am a true Spurs fan through and through. It just it authentically happened. All right. I wasn't born there, and then my parents were Spurs fans or something. Like, it wasn't like that. It was, I caught them. I didn't even like sports. I caught Manu Ginobili, and then the rest was history. All right, you guys, if you want to know about any of that, I did make a song called "Because of Manu." So just look up "Because of Manu," Clan the Spurs fan on YouTube, and it's pretty dark, but I'm proud of that song. I am. But I want to talk about this just briefly. So shout out to Don Harris, right? So Don Harris, he said last night the San Antonio City Council handed Mayor Jenna Jones an early defeat as she tried to stall the process for a new Spurs arena. Council directed staff to proceed with the term sheet and negotiations. I spoke exclusively with former mayors Ron Naringberg and Henry Kisneros today, who say the city must be careful not to alienate our one and only pro sports franchise. So it seems like that's some good news, right? I don't know what was going on with this. I kind of checked out because a lot of people were like calling her the B word. Like, that's just how Twitter is. It's like, oh, that's a woman, so let me call her the B word when she tried to stall it. I have no idea what was going on with that. What was going on with that? Did my chat know? You guys are a little bit more reasonable. San Antonio, unknown city without the Spurs. You cannot lose the Spurs. You cannot lose the Spurs. Like, yeah, if they don't do this project, that genuinely is a really bad, y'all. I've always been one to say, like, you're not going to lose the Spurs, but that was assuming that this all goes through. I'm not reasonable. Well, Mr. Clip isn't reasonable. Danny Green in the chat is reasonable, I think. All right, let me listen to this.
Getting this done
It's only playing in one earphone. That's weird.
efficiently, swiftly, in a way that's prudent to the public, which is what we've been driving to do, I think is the right thing. And, you know, again, once the term sheet is done, that's not when actually the construction starts. There's a lot of other work to be done. So it's important that this is you know, they continue to move forward and, you know, again, get this deal commenced.
When you look at cities across the country, once they've lost an election, the bloom is off the road and it gets ugly. That's what happened in Oakland. I watched that happen. They went through several generations of city officials that could never get it together, and they lost some elections. Even Kansas City lost an election.
What's the project called again, guys? We can't hear. You can't hear this? You guys can't hear this?
For a stadium, and the Chiefs,
It shows you can hear.
as solid
Are
as
you
they
lying to
are,
me?
had to look
No.
around. So losing an election that involves backing your team is not the way you want to go. I worry that as loyal as the Spurs have been to San Antonio, and as loyal as San Antonians have been to the Spurs, there are other cities who badly want basketball teams. Seattle has.
I was just about to say Seattle. Like, everyone brings up Austin. I was about to say Seattle. They literally have a stadium they can house the Spurs at.
Been without a team for 20 years or so. Las Vegas, nobody thought that professional sports would go to Las Vegas because of gambling, but football is there now. They've won a hockey championship. They're about to get a baseball team. They have women. They have our women's WNBA team. So Las Vegas is sitting there wanting a.
Bro, I was kind of afraid where that was going. I ain't gonna lie to you guys. I was a little afraid. I was like, bro, what? They got women. What?
Basketball team to top them all off, and then you've got all.
I thought he was about to say they have women. They look better than San Antonio's. Like I thought he was gonna say something crazy.
And up the road, so we can't fool around with this. I think we have to get that arena built.
We need to make sure that we deal fairly as they have dealt with us. They have been one of the staunchest community partners in terms of investment in all things community related. And so we need to deal with them in a forthright, good faith manner. I think if we do that, we're going to continue to have great success with the Spurs.
All right, so the project, let's see, San Antonio project. So this is some great news that they're no longer stalling it. What was it? Project Marvel? Isn't that what it's called, guys? Project Marvel. Let's see here. San Antonio Project Marvel. Let's see here. There's some big plans unfolding in South Texas. One that especially noteworthy, a sports and entertainment district in San Antonio. So that's basically what this entire thing is. That kind of sums it up. It's a sport and entertainment district. It's just a whole district of different things that you can do. And it's going to be massive, and it's going to cost a lot of money. There will be a new San Antonio Spurs stadium, hopefully as cool as that new Clippers one. So it's going to be really cool, right? This whole initiative is labeled Project Marvel, and its price tag stretches well into the billions. If approved as is, residents of San Antonio will be picking up part of the tab. Okay, so it looks like people are going to be getting taxed on this. Was that why she was trying to stall it or get a better number? I don't know. I don't know enough about it. If somebody's a reasonable person and you genuinely know like all of the details and you've been keeping up, please leave it in the comments. It's totally cool. It's totally cool. Like I said, a lot of things I saw just glancing were people calling her the B word, which I was like, what, bro, come on. Well, if we're taking possible tax increases and public money being used, what's the project's economic benefit? What stands to benefit the most? That's something that people are still really trying to figure out. And we're kind of at a point where a lot of economic analysis are being looked at. I think the biggest benefit that folks have brought to the table is that the Spurs will stay in town, that you would have opportunities for more spending and possibly more job creation if you have more restaurants and hotels and businesses going on. Exactly how much we can expect is still kind of up for debate and really depends on what portion of the project we're looking at. An economic analysis released by a company contracted with the city earlier this month said you're looking at around 3,000 jobs, but that doesn't include the arena. Oh, okay. And so you're seeing a lot of numbers thrown out around here, and I think people are still trying to kind of get to the bottom and figure out what exactly we'll see. I'll just say this, I'm honest with you guys. I'm transparent here. I don't know all the details of this. I'm not from Texas. I haven't been keeping up with it like that. I just want to watch my San Antonio Spurs play. But one thing I will say, all right, this is just somebody visiting. I'll let you San Antonians break it down for us, okay? And break it down for me. It's totally fine. One thing that I will say about San Antonio, no disrespect. I don't mean any hate. San Antonio is pretty boring. It just is. When I went to San Antonio, that all I did was go to the Spurs game. I traveled around. It's just not much there, right? The best thing about San Antonio, honestly, is probably the people. It's really chill. People are quite nice. Everyone just loves the Spurs, right? It's pretty dope. It's dope people in San Antonio. Can't say the same about Dallas. Dallas people are weird, man. I don't know. I'm not crazy about Dallas people, but there's a lot to do in Dallas, right? Austin, there's a lot to do in Austin. There's a lot of fun things that you do. There's a genuine nightlife. San Antonio, at least when I was there, quite a few times that I've gone, it's just really not a lot to do there. It's very laid back. It's laid back. For sure. Like as far as like how people are. I love the Riverwalk. I do. I love the Riverwalk, but it's not really much there. So I think that this would be huge for the city. A lot of people, at least from what I've heard, are like going in drones to Austin. So maybe this would be one of those situations where San Antonio can get a few more people in and bring some money to the city. I don't know. Austin activities. Remember the Alamo? People got really angry at me when I said that the Alamo was boring. Like, come on. Come on. Yeah, I'll hit you with that. All right. I'll be very consistent. I'm not backing off that the Alamo is boring. Like, I don't know what you want me to say. I've been to the Alamo. They're like, but the history, I know, I understand. It's important. It's just boring. Yeah. Yeah, bro, we don't have nothing. The nightlife sucks. See? That's just from me visiting. I'm eventually moving to San Antonio, but I'm a hermit, so I won't go out. Hey, just go out to Spurs games, man. I'm a hermit too. It's okay. I don't do anything. I talk to you guys and then I go to sleep. And then I wake up, then I talk to you guys, then I go. That's not true. But yeah, I don't go out like that. I've never been that type of person. That's why you see Castle posting on Instagram, being in Cali, looking at the beach. The Riverwalk's boring. It's just restaurants. Yeah, it's like San Antonio is chill. I feel like players can go out and people will come up and be like, hey, can I get a picture? But they're not like bombarded. There's no like weird activities. Like, you're not going to see people yelling some crazy stuff to players or nothing like that. It's a very chill city. Like, I like San Antonio. When I visit it, I genuinely like it. It's just, there's like nothing, you know? It's absolutely nothing to do. You know what I mean? River and outdoor stuff, fishing, camping, biking. Yeah, but that doesn't bring, you know, people in, you know? I wouldn't say San Antonio is known for that. Not the same way like Denver, Colorado, right, would be known for that. There's a lot to do. Maybe you just got to find things to do. I'm sure it's just, you got to keep in mind, I'm somebody who, you know, I grew up in Memphis, okay? I don't like Memphis. I don't like Memphis. But there's a lot to do in Memphis. There's a lot, okay? So going from that and then traveling different places and then going to San Antonio, there's not a lot in San Antonio compared to some of the other cities. You know? Tough. Yeah, tough. Austin has more. Austin has more. It's just the truth. Dallas has more. Heard people scared to play in Memphis. Yeah, that's what Stephen A. Smith just saying stuff. A lot to do with Memphis getting turned to Swiss cheese. I mean, Memphis downtown area, there's a lot to do in Memphis. There is a lot to do in Memphis. There's a lot to do. There's some nice areas in Memphis. Memphis isn't just all danger. There's some nice areas in Memphis. Nashville too. Yep, Nashville is nice. Need to move the Grizz to Nashville. Nashville's nice. Anyways, ending segment. What's in Memphis that isn't in San Antonio? Everything. There's just more of a nightlife scene. I don't know how to explain it. Like Beale Street alone would be something. For real, bro. Why can't the season just start? It's so stupid. Why can't they just start it for us? Hold on. We don't even have the schedule out yet, do we? think I'm gonna end it. We got Christmas and opening day. Oh, we're playing on Christmas? And opening night? Oh, it was leaked. Oh my goodness. Chat, we are so back. We are so back. I didn't realize it was leaked. So apparently, opening night was linked. Someone in the chat said that we're playing on Christmas. But the schedule was leaked. Or at least part of the schedule was leaked, apparently. I don't know. Cooper Flag, Mavs versus Dylan Harper. Spurs reportedly set as 25-26 NBA season opener. This makes sense, right? This makes sense. You have a completely new looking Spurs, right? It's completely different. You have, Cooper Flag here. Very popular player coming in. Makes sense. The first two picks in the 25 draft are reportedly in line to face each other on opening night of the 25-26 NBA regular season. According to NBA insider Mark Stein, the Dallas Mavericks provisional schedule shows that they are slated to host the San Antonio Spurs October 22nd. Why is it so far away? That's like 2 weeks after my birthday. They can't just play on my birthday? I'm gonna make a call. The Mavs selected four. We know who they selected. Let's see. Aaron 25-26. The Mavs. Okay. Just saying that we're an interesting team. After reaching the NBA Finals in 2020. They yapping. With health, they're yapping. They're just saying this is going to be a good matchup. It is. We should beat them. So let me say this right now, okay? The San Antonio Spurs should be the 4th seed by the end of the season. And my expectations are only increasing in time. With time, sorry. Spurs schedule. I'll just do Spurs schedule. Wait, actually, no. That's not what I want to see. Let's do NBA standings. So if you look at the NBA standings here, wait a minute. What the heck? NBA standings 2024-25. Yeah, here we go. Dang, I don't know why it makes it so difficult on me. Okay. So if you look at the NBA standings from this past season, there's no doubt in my mind that the Spurs should be like around 4. Like I expect us to have 50 plus wins. And I know that that's crazy. I know that that's like what they're just now coming together. We are that good. Like on paper, this is the best Spurs team we've had for a very long time. I mean, maybe since 2017. This is the best Spurs team we've had in about a decade. On paper, it's very impressive. And a lot of these teams didn't actually improve, right? There's quite a few of these teams that just, I don't think will be as good as they were this past season. And I think that'll open up the door for San Antonio to definitely have a pretty solid, and I think comfortable spot 4 or 5. I know all these games are fairly close, right? It's all fairly close, but I think that we'll be able to have that vibe that, oh yeah, this is a playoff team. Right. And I don't think it'll take that long. It's just a matter of, seeing what comes from it. Yeah. I think Mr. Clip, I think you're right here. 11 years now. No, it's not 11 years yet. I completely agree with you though, that Mitch Johnson is kind of the biggest moving part here. I'm going to do a video on Mitch Johnson for the Spurs Invasion channel. I just uploaded a video. It didn't do as well because it was copyrighted. I don't care though. It is what it is. So if you guys want to watch that, it was on Luke Cornett. You can go watch that. So I do want to do one on Mitch. But yeah, he's a question mark, but there's many reasons, and I'll highlight it in that vid, but there's many reasons why I think that he might end up being pretty great. And I think that a big part of it is the amount of testimonials that he's gotten. Like, there's so many people that have said some positive things about him. Pretty unprovoked, mind you. And I'm talking before this season, not like, oh, he's going to do a good job. More so, this was years ago, and it was like, oh yeah, this guy's really smart, and just things that we didn't notice or articles we didn't go over before. So, but yeah, so I do believe in Mitch. So we'll see how it goes. Coach Johnson's gonna be all right. I think he's gonna be all right. But the Spurs overall is just, oh, they're so impressive, so impressive. So just really quick, let's just take a look. Let's just take a look at our roster. Spurs. I'll just say salary because, I mean, let's just be honest. A lot of these roster things kind of suck. Oh, it says team payroll. It doesn't matter. All right. Here we go. I'm just trying to highlight the players on the team, okay? Don't worry about the money. The amount of defense, okay? So, well, actually, let me start with this. The rim pressure. The just sheer rim pressure that you can bring. You got De'Aaron Fox, best in the game, or one of the best in the games at it. We got Keldon Johnson, which you know how I feel about Keldon, but hey, it is what it is. Vic can bring pressure to the rim. Dylan Harper, phenomenal at finishing at the rim. Like, that's his bread and butter. So him and De'Aaron Fox, they're really great at that. Dylan Harper also has a lot of off ball skill as well, right? So he can shoot pretty well when he is off ball. Steph Castle, he brings a lot of rim pressure. Sohan can bring a lot of rim pressure. I mean, we're going to be able to get in that paint, right, and make it very difficult for opposing teams. And when you can bring rim pressure like that, I mean, you have Victor Wembanyama in the role or the pick and pop. I mean, it's just going to be very difficult to deal with. I mean, you can envision how difficult this is going to be to deal with. And now we're in a situation where this is where we want to be, where Devin Vassell is no longer being looked at as the second guy to Wemby. Very obvious he's not. I would go a step further. He's not even going to be looked at as the third option to Wemby. Devin Vassell might end up being the fourth option, and Devin can have some crazy performances. I would assume that this season, Spurs fans are going to love him. They're going to absolutely love him because it's going to be kind of those like out of sight, out of mind type deals where, you know, you have some better players on the team, but then when he shows out, he's going to show out. But I don't think there's going to be games where people are angry at Devin just because you don't necessarily need him to be as consistent as, you know, a lot of us, you know, wished he could be. But when he's the second or third option on a team, yeah, you got to be a little bit more consistent, right? But we don't have to worry about that. And even with that, Devin Vassell's numbers weren't that bad. Like, I think that's another thing we probably need to point out as well. Devin Vassell got a lot of hate. And some of these games, it just irritated me because I was like, yeah, just be more aggressive. But, you know, get to the rim more. But if you look at his numbers, it's not as bad as fans make it out to be. It's not as bad as fans make it out to be at all. As you can see here, you know, it's a little bit of a dip from last season as far as his overall field goal percentage. But mostly it's not bad at all, man. Like, his 3-point percentage is about the same as it was last season. Everyone was praising him last season. Free throw percentage is about the same, right? Now, here's the difference. He was getting to the rim more often, okay? He was getting to the rim more often, or he was getting fouled more often. You know, his assist numbers went down, but that makes sense because the Spurs actually had point guards this season, and everything else remained just about the same. So I think that he got a lot of hate just because our expectations were immensely high, which, you know, he set those expectations, you know, that past season. But, you know, I don't necessarily think Devin deserved the amount of hate that he got, right? So with him being a fourth option potentially on this team, that's nasty. Like, because he can really destroy bench units. He really can. He's a very good player. And then you got, and if you're wondering who's the top 3, I think as far as like scoring wise, it's obviously Wemby, De'Aaron Fox, and I think it'll be Dylan Harper, right? And I think Steph, Castle, and Vassell maybe like 1A, 1B as far as like what they're going to be bringing offensively. So, but then the main thing though with this roster that really gets me excited is just the defense. There's really no holes defensively anymore. Like every team, like no team in the NBA, every single player that you put on the court is a phenomenal defender or a great defender. Maybe the OKC Thunder. Maybe OKC. I'm trying to think, is there a player that they put on the court that's not good defensively? If you guys can think of one, let me know. I don't think there's a player they put on the court that's not good defensively. All of them are pretty good defensively. But you can afford Shea? No. Isaiah Joe. Did he play in the? How often did he play in the finals? Yeah. Well, my point is this: when you have a bunch of really good defenders, you can afford to have like a player or two that's not that great. So what I'm saying is De'Aaron Fox is underrated defender. He's a good defender. Devin Vassell, he's a good defender, especially in the lanes. Harrison Barnes, he can hold his own. He's not like a defender, but he's not somebody that's just gonna destroy you. Keldon, he sucks. He sucks defensively. And then the rest of the players are just pretty decent. Maybe not Minix. I don't even think we'll see Garcia, if I'm being transparent with you guys. Lindy Waters, he's not great defensively, but he can shoot. He can definitely shoot. But Julian Champagny, pretty good defender. Carter Bryant, great defender. Jeremy Sohan, elite defender. Steph Castle, great defender. Luke Cornett, great defender. Dylan Harper. People keep getting on to me about this. He is a good defender. I don't know why people say like get mad at me about that. He's a good defender. Victor Wembanyama, generational defender. Like there is no lineup in which, even if Mitch Johnson wanted to screw it up, there is no lineup you can put on that court that screws us defensively, unless you just like have a guard playing center or something. But like there's no way of messing up, especially in a healthy roster. So I'm really excited. Top 5 defense easy, probably top 3, if not first. We'll see. But like, that's going to win a lot of games, right? I mean, we've seen games where Victor Wembanyama is the only defender out there, or maybe it's just him and Sohan or something, and the team cannot score. They just can't. There's nothing they can do, and he just goes on a massive, crazy run, and then he sits down, and then they get comfortable, right? The opposing team gets comfortable. But in this situation, I don't think we're going to be getting that. There's too many defenders. You're going to be working all game long. Wemby should have 2 defensive players of the years already. That's why I hate when someone doesn't get an award when they deserve it, because you never know what's going to happen in the future. So it's like, just why are we playing around with this? Like, he obviously won it the first time. But yeah, back from China. I was back from Japan. I will be moving to Japan though. I will be moving to Japan in about a year. So that'd be cool. Can you imagine? Scenery is going to be pretty dope. When we live stream, it's going to be pretty dope. Or when I do videos. I still have to figure that out because the time difference. Back from Korea. Oh yeah, you back from Korea? Hey, you back from Vietnam? Hey, Clan, I heard you back from Israel. But yeah, gonna be good. I don't even remember how this segment started. What were we even talking about? How did we get into that? Oh, the leaks. Nice. worst defensive lineup: De'Aaron Fox, Devin, KJ, Harrison Barnes. Like, yeah, you would have to like go out of your way. And even with that one, no, that one's pretty bad. I ain't gonna lie. That one's pretty bad. Minix won't play, so. Back from the future. What's up? How was it? Don't tell me. Actually, don't tell me. Do you like the Fox extension? I do. Yeah, I like it. We went over it already, but yeah, I like it. I think that it's not one where I was like hopping and skipping for joy or nothing like that, but I was happy that he got the extension or that we got him locked down, you know? Like, I don't see like a big sum of money and then just like get super excited. Like, yes, we get. I'm just happy that we got to lock him in. And, you know, there's nothing really worry about. The Spurs still have crazy draft capital. You know, by the end of his contract is when you'll have to sign Dylan Harper. Like, it's really nothing to really worry about. GOAT lineup: Keldon, Bismack. Do we even still have Bismack? What do we still have? Biyombo? We don't have Biyombo anymore, do we? Isn't he gone? No? Okay. Oh, wait. Okay. Not signed? Yeah, I was like, I don't think we have him anymore. Need Garcia made it look effortless. Nah. I think people are crazy saying he's better than Julian Champagnie. I don't believe that. It's a good pickup, though. Wimby teammate in the Olympics. Rashard Lewis getting minutes. Rashard Lewis. Didn't we hire him as the It was who do we hire as our two coaches, guys? We hired some defensive minded coach. We went over it. I don't know why their name's blanking on me. It was the guy from the Pistons, and then who else was it? Garcia was one of the best players in Summer League. No, Garcia is really good. I just don't think he's better than Julian Champagnie. What was Julian Champagnie's numbers in Summer League? Julian Champagnie's Summer League performance for the San Antonio Spurs included an impressive scoring outputs. In one game, he scored 30 points, going 9 for 20 from the field, 7 for 9 from free throw line. He also had a game where he scored 23, hitting 6 of 9 three-pointers. So... You're blanking on assistant coaches. How embarrassing. I would never even know their names in the first place. No, it was two assistant coaches, defensive minded coaches, one of which won a championship with the Pistons. But it was like perfect coaching for the team because of that. Oof. Y'all see our guy in Happy Gilmore too? You talking about Eminem? So good. Such a good rapper. All right, guys, I'm hopping off. I appreciate all the love. I really do. I always do. Oh, Boban. Oh, okay. I didn't watch Happy Gilmore 2. I like Adam Sandler, man. A lot of his movies are lazy, but I like Uncut Gems. Opened my eyes. It opened my eyes to how good of an actor he can be, and I really wished he would have got an Oscar nom for that. That was BS. Like, the Oscars are so full of crap. The fact that he didn't get an Oscar nom for that is crazy. It's actually insane. One of the best movies of the year. But he's a comedian, right? So we can't give it to him. He's a comedian. So stupid. DJ was at the Aces Storm game tonight. That's cool, I guess. Marvels. What? You used to start streams around this time. I gotta get better, man. I can't be starting streams like super late anymore. Doesn't mean I won't do it, but I can't keep doing it. And also, I'm actually quite tired. I've been trying to, study Japanese, get the basics down. I had a tutor sesh right before I went live, so I'm beat. All right, I will get with you guys later. You have a good night. When we'll go live again is Sunday night, I think. Yeah, I think it's Sunday night, because that'll be Saturday. Yeah, it'll be Sunday night. We'll go live again. All right, everyone have a good night. Good night, y'all. Bye. Goodbye.